Hi there, Michael Bovee with Consumer Recovery Network. Thanks for tuning in to DebtBytes, our YouTube channel. Today I want to talk about settling directly with a major creditor, I think the third largest credit card issuer in the nation at the time I'm recording this, which is Citibank. Citibank is much the same as all of the national banks when it comes to negotiating. The time frames, I talk about in other videos about trying to work directly with Citibank. Before they charge off your account, you cannot call them and settle while you're current. You have to be behind. So obviously there's these elements to settlement in general, pros and cons that apply with your credit and things like that. But assuming that you're already at a place where you haven't been able to pay Citibank, typically the best deals are going to come directly from Citibank as you approach 6 months delinquent. So somewhere after that 150-day non-payment window. But Citibank has in the past been a bank that I can kind of count on to send out early offers, just mailed offers, and sometimes on the phone with their collection efforts too, after you pass 90 days late. And not just any offer, because some banks will send out a pre-approved offer and say, oh, well, we'll give you 30% off. Well, my targets in settling with Citibank are usually between 30 and 40%, and sometimes even 25%. They, other than banks, some of the other larger banks, will send out a pre-approved offer from time to time for the optimal amount of savings, again, where I've just targeted, but right around 90 days, right after you pass over that 90-day mark. So pay attention to those, because if they do come in, they're usually as good as they get, those offers. Anything around the 25% to 40% mark. Definitely, if you have the opportunity to take those earlier than 150, 180 days, do it. Citibank is a issuer of branded cards. They do a lot of servicing for, say, Home Depot or your Shell gas station card. You're still dealing with Citibank. So they are somebody that might be involved in your life more than, say your local credit union who doesn't have those branded types of cards. Sometimes because of the branding, and sometimes with the way that they kind of treat those accounts in a silo, compartmentalize them, your targets for settlement will change. So we have all the comments below available for you to interact with me, get feedback and others about particular targets on your Citibank account that you're trying to negotiate and settle, and it's going to change maybe with some of the information that you provide on who you actually owe. Citibank, when you're unable to settle with them directly and you have to deal with a debt collector, we just came through a spat of a couple of years where major credit card issuers were not selling their debts off to debt buyers. Citibank continued to sell some of their accounts, not all of them, but particularly like their Sears account, they were still selling. That's another branded Citi servicing card. So you are definitely, at the time you're watching this video, or at least the time that I'm recording it, potentially going to be dealing with debt buyers after they charge off your account. That's usually at 180 days of non-payment. So early out referral to collection agencies, all the norm, totally something that you can expect from Citibank, or that they sold your account off to a debt collector. Years and years ago, Citi used to be the most aggressive debt collector to sue through the courts. They didn't sell off the rights to a debt buyer who would sue. They would actually sue themselves. That hasn't been the case for several years now. It's very rare to see that happen. So Citibank proper, placing your account with an attorney. Now look, these things ebb and flow to the collection process. Banks do change and adjust their policies and their different recovery goals, and usually they recover the best return on unpaid debt through the courts. So Citi could change that in the future. But again, post in the comments below about any concerns that you have negotiating with your Citibank account. We have an entire series about negotiating debt with your original creditor on our YouTube channel, so make sure and tune into that. I also have a page up, a very active page with ongoing discussion on the ConsumerRecoveryNetwork.com website, where you can participate and learn more from others besides me. Thanks for tuning in. See you on the next video.